Hello there, I'm Jimmy Vegas, and I'm going to rip this band-aid off, and I'm just going to come out and say it. It's going to hurt. Half-Life 3 does not exist. I know it's one of these mythical things that we've all thought about for decades at this point, not literally decades. You get the point. A long, long time. It's like the whole idea of, we never thought Shenmue 3 would exist 10 years ago, but in actual fact, it exists now and it's a thing. But Half-Life 3 will never exist. It has never existed, and it's just a figment of our imagination, you could think of it as. Now, there's this thing about Gabe Newell. He doesn't like threes. There's that old thing. Okay, fine, whatever. But look at Portal 2, Team Fortress 2, Half-Life. Okay, look, you could say that Half-Life Alyx was Half-Life 3, technically, but it's not called Half-Life 3, but you get the point. So, the idea of Half-Life 3 existing is something that a lot of gamers have always wanted to exist. It's a good game series. It's fantastic. It's admired. It's adored. It's loved by so many. But even if it did come out, it would never live up to that expectation of what people would want. There's that thing, when Grand Theft Auto 6 gets announced, it'll break the internet, and yeah, okay, fair enough. It was massive when it got revealed. When Half-Life 3 gets announced, it'll break the internet. Well, yeah. It'll probably be massive when it gets announced. If it gets announced. When it never gets announced. Okay, look. I know there are many people out there that would love a third Half-Life game. Well, you get the point. I know I would say third Half-Life game. Half-Life 3. But it's just not going to happen. And I don't think it's because Gabe Newell doesn't like 3 or whatever. Left 4 Dead 2. There's so many games that end up just 2. The third one just never happens. Look at, Watch Dogs. Well, Watch Dogs 1, Watch Dogs 2, Watch Dogs Legion, where was 3? Look at Bioshock, we have Bioshock, Bioshock 2, Bioshock Infinite, why wouldn't I call Bioshock 3? In the gaming industry, there is something very peculiar about the third entry in a game series. And I can't really explain it. No one can explain it. Yes, I know games do exist with the third entry, Final Fantasy 3, Resident Evil 3, whatever. There are many, many game series that have that third entry named 3. But there are so many that don't. The third entry ends up with a title under it for whatever reason. Let's look at, this is a bad example, but Borderlands. What was the third Borderlands game called? It was called Borderlands the Pre-Sequel. That was technically the third game. Yeah, we got Borderlands 3 and we're getting Borderlands 4, so, that's kind of out the window. But the prospect of it being Borderlands the Pre-Sequel being the third game, there is something with third games in every single series. So, is it feasible to say that Half-Life Alyx is Half-Life 3? Well, quite possibly, because it wouldn't actually surprise me if Valve turned around and say, here's Half-Life 4. And you're like, what? Okay. It's probably not going to happen. In fact, you can mark my words, that's never going to happen. But you're never going to see Half-Life 3 because it does not exist. It never has existed. Maybe ideas have been floated around at Valve. Maybe Gabe has said, maybe we should do it. Maybe. But then he said, nah, let's do something else instead. And they do something else instead. And it works well. There is no real need to create a Half-Life 3. It would seem for the sake of it, because you get a lot of negativity saying, well, hang on, yeah, brilliant, I've got Half-Life 3, but you're only doing it because of money, because it's well known, and you get the idea. It's like they're doing it for the sake of doing it, just for money. Like, I've spoke about this on a previous video, but Joker 2, if you're into the films and movies and all that stuff, Joker 2 was only made for the money. There was no reason, no need to do a second Joker film. It was only done for the money. That's what Half-Life 3 would end up being. Kinda. I know there's going to be people in the comments saying, Jimmy, moaning at me saying about that. But yeah, look, I would love to play Half-Life 3. I absolutely would. So would millions of others. Hundreds of millions, maybe. But it just doesn't exist, and it's never going to exist. If we've not seen anything of it by now, we're never going to see anything of it. Just let it go. Like a Disney princess, let it go. I have. Anyway, what do you think? Do you think I'm completely wrong and we will see Half-Life 3 sometime soon? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.